Hello racers, and welcome to today's video. In today's video we're going to be starting a new Mini-B series where we take a Mini-B RTR and we're going to tune it to race it off-road. First step in the Mini-B series is what I'll do is take this to the track. We'll test it out in its box stock form. I'll be using the stock battery, brushed motor. I did put in a transponder so we'll be able to do lap counting. I'll just use the tuning as it is out of the box. And then what we'll do is we'll take a look at the running video. And then, depending on how it runs, we'll adjust and tune this little car. Now, in this series, what we're going to do is we're going to go brushless. We're going to go brushless, censored if possible. So we got a whole lot of new products. And I want to do a lot of upgrades, so please put your suggestions in the comments below. I'll need an upgrade for the stock RTR servo. I have some good ideas for the brushless ESC. I got a great idea for the brushless motor. So put your comments in below and what you'd like to see this upgraded to. So first up, let's take a look at some running footage of this. I'm going to take this to the track the way it is. We'll do some running footage and then we'll come back and see how it ran and take a look at all the little adjustments that we're going to do to get it to run better. Okay, so with that said, we'll see you in a second. 26.6. Now here we are at the Skunkworks track for open practice. That little yellow car that just went by in the center of the track, I switched my body to the yellow. There's a few little Mini-Bs on track with the black body that I started out with, so I switched my yellow that I had for my other RTR Mini-B. Now what I wanted to see in this practice session, you'll see there's all kinds of different vehicles on track. And I wanted to see what the base handling of the car was. And what does this little Mini-B do when the going gets tough? Does it push when the going gets tough, or does it spin out when the going gets tough? And what I found is up in that top left of the track, that little hairpin, you'll see that the little Mini-B goes around there, and that's an off-camber corner. And what it seems to do is load the front tire up there, and when I come off the throttle, if I coast through there, it would go nice, but then as soon as I touch the throttle, the rear end would get loose. So that was kind of telling me that the front suspension was a little bit soft compared to the back. So that's one place that I can change the tuning for that little car. You can see the surface here is hard packed. It's clay and it's quite dusty out of line. So, and I was using the RTR tires, so little RTR tires don't have a lot of grip. You can see the little yellow car going through that little double section. I found I had to get on throttle a little bit late coming through there, going up to that top left. You can see the car struggling a little bit to get through the middle bump, and now I'm going through the top right sweeper onto the straight. The car has its brush motor in, so it's a little bit slow. You can see coming down off there into that double section again. The car handled that quite nice. In through this infield section, you can see that went through there very well, but then into that sweeper again, a little bit struggling through that section, mainly because you get into the fluff and the car basically had no rear grip. You can see struggling a little bit on that little table at the end of that straight, back through the doubles into the hairpin. Down through that infield section is good, but in the top left, a little bit of a struggle there. I found if I coasted through it and got on throttle late, it would actually work quite well. Again, jumping through, coming on throttle nicely, double section into the hairpin. Had to watch getting on throttle. Now down to that top upper left. A little bit of a struggle up there.
157.5.
And what you notice is the car is a little bit underpowered compared to the other cars, and a fitting in ending. And we're back from our practice session with our little Mini-B, trying it off-road. We did see that the nature of the little Mini-B was that the front suspensions should seem to compress around corners, and then as soon as you hit on power, it would spin out. So what I think was happening is the front was a little too soft for the rear. So in the front, what we can do is we can move the front shocks to the outside position. You can see they're right now on the inside. We can move them to the outside, stiffen the front up a little bit, keep it from diving, and that should give a bit more power out of corners. So we'll do that for the next time. The front needs a bit of shock oil, as you can hear. And then what I'll be sure to do is set the ride height that it's at least even across the car. It's about 15 millimeters, but I think the front is a bit lower than the rear, and that probably was also causing some problems. And we'll do some shock oil in that front. So for electronics, I'm going to keep the stock servo and servo saver. Maybe you can put some ideas in the comments below on what I should change that to. I'll run that until I get a good option to switch it to. But for the ESC and motor combo, I got some great ideas there coming. One thing that would work is a Hobby Wing 18 amp with a 5200 kV motor. The little stock motor is about 3000 kV. So going to 5200 would double the speed. We did notice that it was quite slow on the straight. So having that would certainly help. Some of the upgrades I have planned is I want to replace the stock slipper. Probably anybody who's owned one of these sees the blue filings in there as the stock slipper pads wear out. The slipper pads and plates aren't very good in these, so I'm going to upgrade that. I'm going to add some kind of weight to the car. For racing off-road in the dirt, I just wanted to add a bit more weight. Maybe something under the batteries, if there's space under the motor. I'll come up with an option there. And on the rear of the car, to get more weight back, I'd like to move the shocks from the front of the towers to the rear of the towers. I had that done on my road version of the Mini-B, and I'd like to do that for off-road. It tends to put the weight a little further back. And one thing to get grip is a set of tires. I got a set of these Proline hole shots for Mini T 2.0. So they're slightly bigger than the stock ones, and they got a really nice tread pattern for that hard but dusty type of track. A hole shot's very hard to beat. See the tread pattern there. So we'll be upgrading to those. It came with white rims, and just happened to be my RTR came with white rims as well. So we'll upgrade that, and we'll see that go in the next video. So this is the start of our Mini-B 2 series, racing the Mini-B off-road. And I'll take you through, as we see, step by step as to how I review the car and upgrade it. Give you guys ideas on what to do and how to race these little guys. So thanks for watching. If you like this type of thing, click like. Share with your friends. If you have some ideas for some components in here, just put those in the comment below. And subscribe to see the rest of this Mini-B series. It's going to go for probably five videos as we upgrade this little car. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next video.